You have games like Scrabble, where every letter is assigned a score against them. I remember your chapter E, where it's used so often that it has 1 point. But E in itself, because take, wake, so that E as a silent letter, what's the deal with these silent letters? I think you have another example called Aisle, Aisle. Now, S is silent, E is silent. The silent letters they scream by being part of the word. So, what's their history?
Very well said. I like that. I may have to quote you on that. The silent letters scream. They scream what is going on because the silent letters are so much a defining feature of English. If you cross the water, if you cross the North Sea from the UK, where English originates for so much of its history, if you go to something like Dutch or German, there's nothing like this. There's nothing like the burden that we place on E and also H for spelling sounds. And I would say that I can identify, and I have identified for the book, two big natural sound change, just natural change in speech and writing that does not keep up. Or it does keep up, but it can keep up in strange and unusual ways. So every time, more or less, you see one of these words in English that is written with a silent E at the end, take and wake, two great examples, that would have been pronounced once upon a time. What's happened is that because of the position of stress in English speech within words, also just a natural process where vowels are losing their distinctiveness, these final E's, magic E's as they're often known, come to be less and less acoustically distinct. They become schwa sounds, something like wakan with an A, is just becoming wakun, a bare, boring schwa vowel. And eventually it's so nondescript, this vowel, that it's dropped altogether and we end up with wak, right? Yet at the same time, there is a long vowel in wak and wakun that will eventually, through a big change called the Great Vowel Shift, that will come to be pronounced wake in modern English, that the A changes its... And to tell the reader that we have wake and not whack, this silent E can take on a new role. So it still deserves to be there. Notice that every time we have these silent E's in a word like, fate or, time, it does need to be there. If we take it out, we end up with fat and Tim. So it is contributing something. Additionally, there is also just influence from other languages. In English, we like Latin, historically, and so something like the S in a word like island and isle, it was there and pronounced in Latin insula, which means island, and consequently it continues to be used